Cancer. This is your February 22nd daily reading. If you'd like to be notified of your future dailies, weeklies, and monthlies that come out, please like and subscribe to the channel. I try to get the readings up by 9 p.m. the day before. Obviously, these are a little bit late because I'm having equipment issues, but I have this weekend to get it figured out. So, also, I'm hoping to have your Marches monthly up by this weekend, and if you want to take a peek at your February monthly, I'll leave a link up for that in the description. All right, let's see what's happening for Cancer for February 22nd. Here's Cancer's focus, obstacle, advice, and potential outcome. Please and thank you. For Cancer, February 22nd. Focus, obstacle, advice, potential outcome. Please and thank you. All right, Strength. Sorry about that. Well, Cancer. Cancer. Never an easy reading for y'all, huh? 3 major arcanas in a 4-card spread. All of this is looking fantastic, though. Everything is looking fantastic. I mean, your focus is the Strength card. How great is that? You're finding your strength. And not only, when I see the Strength card, I don't think of it as just strength. I think of it as finding a balance between strength and joy. Not letting the idea of being strong making you hard. You know what I mean? Like making you like just a hardened person. Like you're finding that balance of, being strong but being gentle, still keeping your joy, still keeping your playful side. So this is great. Your obstacle is the 2 of Swords reversed. So if this wasn't in the obstacle position, I would say that you're making a decision, you're finding clarity, but that's your problem, or that's your obstacle here. There's a decision to be made, and you're still not sure about it. You're not really seeing the choices you have clearly. I think there's something about it that you're missing, that if you would just kind of like really look at it like from you're too attached to your choices or option. Because that's what the 2 of Swords is talking about. It's talking about, time to make a decision. But, where was I going with that? Oh, okay, sorry. You're too attached to this decision. You can't, really see it very clearly because your emotions are kind of in the way with it. So try and take a more analytical approach to this decision that you need to make, and it will help you. I think once you take a more analytical approach to it, you'll be able to see it for what it is and make a good decision. Also, the advice is trust your gut. You have a gut feeling on which one to take. You might even be procrastinating a little bit on making this decision, but the advice is to trust your instincts, trust yourself in this. You're going to make the right decision, or there's not a bad decision to be made. There's just 2 different decisions. There's just 2 different ways that you could go. Maybe it's just, taking one job over the other, or going to one school over the other, or some kind of, it's just you know, it might take you down a different path or a different way of getting to the same outcome. So I'm getting that you've kind of made this a bigger deal than it needs to be because you're emotionally attached to the decision a little bit, and just getting some distance, and, you know, really looking at it from a clear-headed type of perspective you'll be fine. But I think you already know. With this card being here in the advice, you already know. You know what it is. You know which one to take. You don't really even have to do all that. So your outcome is the Hermit reversed. So, you know, the Hermit is always talking about going within for clarity, a quest for personal truth, you know, spiritual illumination. So I feel like you do that, especially when you go to trusting yourself. And when I see the Hermit reversed, I see that it's kind of like time for you to come out of hermitude. I'm pretty sure hermitude is not a word, and if it is, it's probably not meant the way I'm using it. But, you know, it's kind of time to kind of come out of that, you know, come back to real life. And I don't mean that you really left real life or anything, but, you know, just come back and, you know, get back into it and make this decision. I thought you were going to need some clarifiers with all of those major arcanas, but I mean, I think it's pretty clear and cut. No pun intended. Reading here. So, I'm kind of drawn to just nature whisper since there's nothing like major going on here. And that's a good thing. I'm so glad that things are getting a little bit easier. I'm not saying that this decision you need to make is going to be an easy decision. It may be a really tough decision, and that's why you're emotionally attached to it. But, I mean, I think, what was your last reading? I don't think your last reading was the easiest. I know Capricorn's having a rough time right now. That's what I need to do. I need to have a list by here so I can see what your last readings were about. I do so many a day that it's hard to keep track of whose is whose. All right, Cancer. What message or guidance do you have for Cancer to see them through February 22nd? Please and thank you. What message or guidance do you have for Cancer for February 22nd? Please and thank you. Well, intuition. Going right back to the High Priestess. Your intuition already knows. You already know the answer. So that whole going, you may not even have to go within. Like, you've been doing that. That's why you're coming out of it. That's why your outcome is, you know, getting out of the hermitude, is that you know which one to take. You're just kind of procrastinating a little bit about actually committing to the decision a little bit, but you're on point with your intuition. You and your intuition are like that. Your gut, I get that it's an emotion right here. There's something emotional kind of keeping you from making this decision, or else you would just make it because you know which one you're going to pick. That I really do believe you know which one you're going to pick, Cancer. All right, Cancer, that's your February 22nd. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.